Yo, it's your boy back again with another one. And as can see, the boy's at the gym. Well, at the gym at the Angie's place. I'm gonna work out. Why? I talk to y'all, and your boy need to be working out anyway. See, you already know. But we'll talk to y'all while I'm working out. But today, I want to talk to y'all about something that's important in recovery, and it's acceptance. You don't accept what your life is right now. You don't accept the change. Let me start by saying this first, though. And the person in recovery, like, change is hard for us because why? We're once we was in our addiction, like, we were so used to doing the same thing. We'd get up, we'd go get drugs or alcohol or whatever, and then we'll go drink, use or whatever, and get high and stuff like that. So, like, and we did the same thing every day. It was the same pattern. Didn't change, you know what I'm saying? Didn't get no better or anything like that. You know what I mean? It was just all the same. So once we got into recovery, you know what I'm saying? It just got, like I said, change is different. So, like, it's different for us and recovery to make change, you know what I mean? And it's okay though, you know what I'm saying? At first it's gonna be scary, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it is. But once you accept, you know what I'm saying, the change, then it'll be better. You know what I'm saying? Acceptance, like I said, is a big part of recovery. You gotta accept, your new life. You gotta accept the change. You gotta accept the good and the bad. Because at the same time, you ain't going to, it ain't always going to be peaches and cream. It always ain't going to be like everything's all fine and dandy. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be like that. That's just the way it goes. But, it's always acceptable though. You know what I mean? Like, when I say acceptable, I mean, like, it's always gonna be good. No matter what, it's gonna be all right. And like I said, acceptance and recovery is a big thing. You know what I mean? Because if you don't accept your new life, especially like if you were in drug court or you were on probation or whatever, you know what I mean? The first thing you have to do, and you should do, is accept the change. Accept that you just gotta do what you gotta do. And even if you was in drug court, you were in probation, whatever, and you don't want to accept that, you have to do what you gotta do, it's alright too. You know what I mean? You may not accept it now, but you'll accept it eventually. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like the biggest thing that you have to do. So, like, it'll be alright, you know what I mean? But like I said, once you accept the fact that you're in drug court or you in probation or whatever the case may be, then it'll be 100% better. So, like I said, today I want to talk about acceptance. Accepting everything that you think that comes with you. That comes with being in recovery, being in a person recovery. Because like I said, it's not always going to be easy to accept that, the challenges that comes with it. You know what I mean? You got to accept that you're going to have, cravings. You're going to have, you know what I'm saying, and accept the help, the teaching, whoever wants to help you and let you know how to deal with the cravings. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's like that's really a biggest thing right there. Is like I said, accepting the fact that it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? Accepting the fact that, just because you're in recovery doesn't mean that, okay, everybody's going to, accept that, accept the change in you. You know what I mean? They're not always going to accept that part. And you got to be willing to accept that they don't accept that part, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like that's like the biggest thing right there is like accepting all the bad that comes with the good. Because, like I said, in general, recovery is not going to be easy. You know what I mean? It's not. You're going to have things, you're going to have times where you just like, oh, I don't want to dealing with, deal with the day, you know what I mean? Or deal with, anything like that. You're not going to want to, deal with that stuff sometimes. And the easiest thing for you to do is go ahead and go get high or go get drunk or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So, like, you just got to think about the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture? You know what I mean? Is your health, for one, your family and how they care about you and what they think about you, for two, and like yourself in general first and foremost yourself and your life. You know what I mean? Your life is more important than anything else out here. You know what I mean? So like that's the most important thing right there. So like in general, like that's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? And like I said, the biggest thing about accepting whatever's gonna come at you. It's like I said, it ain't gonna be easy. You know what I mean? You gonna have people, especially like your family or your friends or whatever. And the biggest thing while I'm at that point about that is like accepting that you can't hang out with the same people that you used to hang out with. Accepting that you can't, you know what I'm saying, do the things you used to do. You might not be able to go down the street that you used to going down, or even hang out, like I said, hang out with these people, or go to the same party store that you used to go to. You know what I mean? You just can't do that no more. Like they say you got to change the people, places, or things. Like that's 100%. Like that's no joke. Like that's just exactly how it needs to be. You know what I mean? Like, and like I said, the biggest thing is accepting that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, at first it's not gonna be easy. It's not. It's not gonna be easy at all. You're gonna want to fight it tooth and nail. You're gonna be like, well, this person respects the point that I am in recovery. But really, if they're not in recovery, they're not going to understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean? No matter how much you want to hang out with that person, you know what I mean, those people or whatever. It's just they just don't understand because they're not ready to understand. You know what I mean? And like that's the biggest thing. Like you got to be ready to want to be in recovery to change your life. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, recovery is a lonely road. It's a lonely journey. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, at first, that you only gonna be by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Until you find people that's in recovery that's on that same path as you on. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be you walking down that path, and you gotta accept that it's gonna be lonely. You gotta accept that it's gonna be times and days where you're gonna be sitting in the house alone. You know what I mean? And really, if you fighting to get your kids back or whatever like that, you really gonna be sitting there. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand that it's only temporary. Things is gonna get better at time. You know what I mean? No matter what, it's gonna get better. So you need to figure, you know what I'm saying, be good with that. You know what I mean? Be good with that standpoint and accept that it's gonna take time. You know what I mean? Like I said, accepting, you know what I'm saying, accepting the things the way they come. Like I said, the good and the bad. No matter what. You know what I mean? Because that's just the way it is when you in recovery. You know what I mean? As you can already see, like most times when you see me, I'm alone. You know what I mean? I work out alone. I cook alone. Besides Vinny, you know what I'm saying? Like most of the times, and I'm fortunate to have AJ there. But if I didn't have AJ, like I would be alone. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it goes. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, unfortunately, like that's the way it's gonna be. But like I said, the exception is like the biggest key in recovery. You know, like I said, it's hard to accept that stuff sometimes. It's hard to accept that you gotta be alone, that you can't hang out with other people, that you can't do the things you used to do, or that you have to go to IOP or a meeting or whatever every day. You know what I mean? But the quicker you accept it, the easier it's gonna be. You know what I mean? For you, for you know what I'm saying? Especially with your life. I mean, it's gonna make the quicker you accept that, the quicker you're gonna be able to keep on moving on and having fun. You know, I'm gonna tell you one thing. As soon as I accepted the fact that, like I said, and like let me put this one out there too. The first thing that you need to accept is that you have a problem. You know what I mean? You can fight that all day long, or whatever the case may be. But as soon as you accept that, then you'll know. You know, as soon as you accept that, it'll be better. You know what I mean? So once you accept that you have a problem, you be good. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's the number one rule in recovery is accepting that you have a problem. You know what I mean? And once you accept that you have a problem, you can figure out how to start fixing the problem. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not gonna be easy. It's not an easy road to go down and whatever. It's really not. But it's worth it at at the end of the day. Like when I was doing all the things I was doing before I got in recovery, you know what I'm saying? Even when I started, in the beginning of my recovery, I didn't think, I would ever be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just like, I mean, some days I did, of course, but it was still some days where I'm like, oh, well, man, I just want to go get a drink. Like, cause this stresses me out. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of, dealing with this stuff. But it got easier over time. Of course, excuse me. It got easy over time. Definitely did. Excuse me. It definitely did. And number two thing about it is I got happy. You know what I'm saying? I was happy. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is I had to stop fighting it. You know, that was like when I went to rehab. I was fighting it all. You know what I mean? I knew what I had to do. You know what I mean? But when you like, oh man, I gotta go to rehab because of I don't want to go to jail. And that's it. So you like, oh, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? This and that. But at the same time, it's like once you get that done, you're like, okay, I'm done with that now. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with that situation. Let me just accept this thing and stop fighting it. Because like I said, once you stop fighting, it's gonna be 100% easy better. And like I said, for sure, it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna snap my finger and all it's all gonna be good. Boom, 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 boom. No, it ain't gonna be like that, yo. It's really not. It's gonna be hard, hard, hard. It's gonna be hard every day. like I said, you're gonna have to accept the point that you're gonna have cravings. You're gonna accept the accept the fact that you're gonna have using dreams. Accept the fact that you're gonna have people that's gonna look at you the same way that they did when you was not in recovery. You know, accept the fact that people are not gonna trust you because you done messed them over so many times. You know what I'm saying? Accept that fact. Accept the fact that, you know what I mean, your loved ones, your kids or whatever, are going to be, you know, leery about, oh, did dad really change? Did mom really change? You know what I'm saying? Your mom and dad, though, did my kid really change? Or are they just playing another game because you didn't play them so many times? You know what I mean? You got to accept that fact that it's going to take time to get that trust back. And that's just like point blank, period. You know? And it's, you know, like I said, so I dropped that video yesterday to show the other side of things, of how your loved ones felt, how other people felt that when you played them, or when you made them worry all night, or when you know what I mean, like they stayed up, didn't know if you was gonna come home, or they was gonna find you in a ditch, or they was gonna find you in jail somewhere and have to bail you out of jail again for the fifth, sixth, seventh time. You know what I mean? Or if you were lucky not to go to jail for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, it's crazy. But that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, you're going to have to accept that fact that you're going to have to work hard. As hard as you worked in your addiction to get that drug or that alcohol, that money for the drug and the alcohol, or that money for this or that money for that, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to work just as hard or even harder to get that trust back, to get your life back, to get your kids back, to get, you know what I'm saying, your money back, your house back, your car back. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to work even harder. And that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Period. So like I said though, like it's gonna be a big challenge. You know what I mean? But you can do it. You know, I could do it. We all could do it. And that's just the way it is. You know. So like I said, I just wanted to put that out there and say that point. But yep, I just wanted to put that out there. I'm about to finish working out, y'all, and doing this thing. But like I said, think about that though. Acceptance, that is the biggest thing, and recovery. You know what I mean? Like, for real. But I love y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all keep up the good work. Do what y'all gotta do. And I'm gonna definitely drop another one tomorrow. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Y'all comment down below. Down there at the bottom. Just tell me, like, what y'all challenges in accepting? What y'all had to accept that you really didn't want to accept? You know what I'm saying? I'll explain some of my things. So y'all tell me a little bit of y'all's. And I love y'all, and y'all, like I said before, I'm proud of y'all. And y'all stay up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Mm-hmm.